I know what some of you guys are thinking. Oh, just what we needed, another soulless, pay-to-win, trashy Asian MMO. And you'd be well within your rights to assume that to be the case. Perfect World, this game's predecessor, is every bit a trashy Asian grind. But you know what? At least Asia pushes out new MMOs. Without Asia, this genre would have grown stagnant a decade ago. And while I'm sure many of you would undoubtedly opt to have quality titles to play, new games, even mediocre or pay-to-win riddled MMOs, provide new opportunities to potentially have fun, whether it be for a day, a week, or a month, which is where Perfect New World comes in. Yes, this isn't the Perfect World you grew up on. No, this is Perfect New World. Perfect World, but new. If that wasn't already clear. But I thought I'd emphasize if the context of the name was, for whatever reason, lost on some of you. Perfect New World is taking what Perfect World was known for, incredible character creation, an enormous, seamless open world without loading screens, great graphics, for its time anyway, and overhauling it into one of the best looking, at least graphically, MMOs on the immediate horizon. Now, I say on the immediate horizon because the studio behind it recently rolled the game out onto Steam with a scheduled release date for, from what we've been told, sometime in 2023. And no, before we go any further, this is not releasing on mobile. Rather, much like Blue Protocol and Throne and Liberty, this is releasing onto PC and consoles. There is absolutely no mobile crossplay functionality whatsoever. Before we delve into what Perfect New World is, allow me to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon who allow for me to play MMOs like this and to cover MMOs like this for a living. I really appreciate you all. Also, if you have a moment, consider following me over on Twitch, where I stream every weekend. Perfect New World was first revealed back in 2021. And admittedly, that is actually the footage that I am currently going to be playing over this segment of the video, so you guys can make an accurate and adequate comparison between the old trailer and the new trailer. They released a trailer that at the time showcased very little and admittedly did not look like too drastic of an upgrade over its predecessor. If I'm being entirely honest, the character models look very jarring and not at all similar to what we'd seen of Perfect World in the past. There was no confirmed release date at the time, nor any confirmation of a global release, until earlier this week when the studio released not only a brand new trailer for the game, which is absolutely stunning, and no doubt at least partially pre-rendered, but also revealed that not only will Perfect New World be releasing globally, but it will also be seeing a 2023 release. Perfect World, the original MMO from the mid-2000s, is known for its large selection of races and classes, along with its depth of character customization options. Perfect New World, however, sees a significant reduction in terms of classes and races, with players selecting from 3 races total and 3 classes. Perfect World locked classes behind races, meaning, as an example, if players wanted to play the Cleric or the Archer, you were forced to play the Winged Elves, or if you wanted to play the Blade Master or the Wizard, you were restricted to the humans. Likewise for Barbarian or Venomancer with the Untamed, and all of the new races that were introduced after I quit. Perfect New World introduced 3 new classes to the intellectual property: the Berserker, the Mystic Sword, and the Gale Blade. These admittedly look like classes that are present in Swords of Legends Online and Justice Online, and are a significant improvement both in terms of aesthetic and gameplay over what was present in the 2000 incarnation of the game. Now, I'm uncertain whether or not the class and race restrictions are still going to be present. From what I saw of the footage, it did look as though the Berserker remained what seemed to be exclusive to the Untamed race. With the Gale Blade, I think the human sword guy looked exclusive to the humans as well. And while I don't think that races and classes should remain exclusively locked, I do think from a lore perspective that it could potentially work. Having the big burly monster dudes being berserkers, the slender elves as the mages, and the basic humans retaining their inability to do anything other than poke their enemies with sharp pointy objects. Perfect World was a tab target MMORPG, admittedly one of the better, more fluid ones that I played back in 2008. The devs seeing the success of Black Desert Online, and no doubt noticing the shift in the genre's trajectory. Ashes of Creation, Blue Protocol, Arcade 2, Riot's MMO, Throne and Liberty, all opting for an action combat system, decided that it would be in their best interest to follow suit. The trailer footage does give off the impression that the combat will be very fast and very flashy, but until I see footage with a full UI, I cannot say with 100% certainty that this is what the gameplay will look like in the finalized version of the game. The description for Perfect New World hints at certain features being present. Perfect New World is an Eastern fantasy MMORPG where you shall become a soul tamer and search for the reincarnated prime. Immerse yourself in this fantasy world experience seamlessly as you overcome the dangerous challenges and unveil the mysteries this world has to offer. Team up with friends and explore the secrets scattered around the world. I just want to note real quick, this is not an advertisement for the game. Genuinely, I'm just reading their description. I don't want people thinking that this is actually genuinely me doing a sponsored ad for this game. It's happened before. I shouldn't have to state this. I shouldn't have to preface this with it, but I am, nonetheless. Help its inhabitants solve their various troubles through capturing Spirit Beasts. You know what? Playing a Chinese Pokemon game sounds like it could be a lot of fun. Clearing dangerous dungeons or conquering monsters in the wilds, or if you prefer competing, you can choose to fight other players. Unleash your powerful skills on your opponents and enjoy great combat where every hit packs a punch. I struggle to read some of that with a straight face. Genuinely, I can't believe that was actually written to advertise this game on Steam. Perfect World had two different types of servers, PvE and PvP. PvE servers had an optional PvP flag system, allowing players to toggle PvP mode on or off if they were interested in engaging other players out in the world. PvP servers were much more dangerous, as you could be killed at any point immediately upon exiting main cities. Perfect New World has confirmed that there will be functional PvP present in-game. However, I wonder if they're going to present it to us in the same form, segregating players based off of which server style they prefer. I'm all for playing on PvP servers. I love open world PvP in WoW. I love that in Perfect World and Tales of Pirates. When given the opportunity, I have always selected fully PvP servers. There's just something that is innately satisfying about fighting over areas, over absolutely asserting dominance over and stomping players that try and gank you while you're out questing, while they think you're AFK and you have like your quest list or your inventory open, and then you proceed to camp them until they send you angry messages like the neglected neckbeard man-child that they are. They note on their Steam page, boosters will unlock new perspectives to help you better explore this unknown world. I'm not entirely certain what that means, but I assume it's something akin to unique abilities or transportation abilities or maybe talent like trees. Concerning the customization, which Perfect World is generally known for, Steam states that you can always stand out in a crowd through face customization, which is a little bit disappointing as full body customization was a pretty big deal for players in its predecessor. You could make 1 foot 2 inch thick characters that were impossible to see out in the world or in PvP, but that doesn't seem to be the case here, as they're severely limiting your body options, likely also including plot options, to the immeasurable disappointment of what is likely millions of men around the world. The faces and bodies do look very good though, and are a significant improvement over what we would have had the game released back in 2021. Classes do in fact have unique talent trees, it seems, in a combo-based action combat system. There are dungeons, which we saw in the trailer and you can see on Steam as well. The original Perfect World also had raids like Twilight Temple. Oh god, I hated that place. And there were entire raid zones like Heaven and Hell. This will also likely be the case in Perfect New World. Perfect New World is confirmed to be releasing onto PC and consoles. It's unconfirmed if they're opting for a PlayStation exclusive or will launch onto both major console platforms, but they are 100% launching onto Steam. They've also confirmed that there will be a beta test coming soon, which will be available exclusively via Steam. Thanks to MMORSSTIX for finding that out via their Discord. The Perfect World studio has a multitude of different MMOs that are in the works at present, including New Jade Dynasty and a Perfect World mobile MMO that has nothing to do with this version. This game definitely has a lot of potential to be fun for a while. I enjoyed Perfect World International quite thoroughly back in 2008, and will no doubt enjoy this for however long I ultimately end up playing for. It just looks really good and looks like it plays really good as well. But trailers can be deceiving. This would not be the first time that this is the case. Will this be my main MMO? This is very, very doubtful. But I will definitely give it the benefit of the doubt here, and we'll spend a couple weeks playing it for whatever that's worth. Now, if Perfect New World isn't your thing, no problem. I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now. One featuring a list of every MMO releasing this month, the other featuring my impressions of Blue Protocol after spending all weekend playing it